and welcome, Mechanics to, well, Scrap Mechanic. Anyways, so me and a friend were working on a cannon in another world, and then a reloadable cannon. I should have said that right off the bat, because anyone can build a cannon in this, but it takes a little bit more work to figure out how to make a reloading cannon. So the one that we built in the original world where we built it in was pretty good. And I wish that I had taken some pictures of the original prototype, because it was a pretty slick idea. But slowly and eventually we went for a more reliable design, which is what this one is. This one is the Phase 1 loading system that we came up with after the initial one, which opens up, plants, and then 3 is to fire. So yeah. Also, if you didn't notice, these switches over here allow you to activate each one. I believe they are actually right in order. Yeah, they are. So anyways, so how do I reload this thing? Well, if you come over here, hit this switch, grab the pod, place the pod in position, remove your lift, and then you can either go onto the seat and hit 1, or hit the switch like I did. Then you get on the seat, hit 2 to angle. You can set the angle by setting the middle controller. Oh shoot, it's kind of hard to point it out to you. If you set this controller, that sets your angle. So anyways, you do that, and then you hit 3, and it fires. So, some of you who've played Scrap Mechanic before may be asking, how did I wire all these engines up to switch to the magical switch 3 here? Well, I didn't. I cheated. I set this switch to this wire, which leads over here to this, which then that toggles the sensor. Which then toggles all these on. So, yeah, fun. That's the same system that I used for that cannon too, so, yeah. Anyways, we're gonna get to that one right away, actually. So, this second cannon is a little bit more bizarre and insane when it comes down to the loading system. As a matter of fact, I never even bothered to wire all the switches up to the seat because of how much crazier this one is to operate. So how you load this is you bring it in here to this little cavity here, remove your lift, and then yeah, it's in the box. Now, how do we move this from the box into that thing up there? Well, some of you may have already picked it up, but I'm still going to show you anyways. You hit this switch. Shoot, I keep forgetting that I put a failsafe in. So, there is a failsafe in this machine. Oh shoot, once again the seat does nothing except for turn the darn thing. So your failsafe is right here, so there's a sensor down there, and when I hit that switch, it drops that, so that the gun's always perfectly aligned for the elevator. Now we can go down here. Now we can hit switch 1, which closes that in, pull it back. So what happens, I'll show you it later, but there's 2 doors here that just slide in and block the shell from going in. So if somebody messes up on the reloading process, we're covered. So this switch right here raises an elevator, which is apparently breaking right now. Ah, shoot. Better pull the shell out. Why is it that when I go to record, things go wrong? Alright. Never mind. Things are working fine right now. After I deleted that block. Dagnabbit. Anyways, so we need to not break the elevator again. Oh no, why? Why? I'll have to figure out some type of guide system for that elevator. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that wall, slide up the elevator, praying that works. Oh shoot, that was the elevator switch. I did a bad. A really big bad. I should have done that. Then we go up here, go to this switch here to lock the shell in place, now that's up here. Then we go back down and undo everything. Yeah, once again, I'm gonna have to check this. Actually, let's check it right now. Everything looks... Oh. Oh, that doesn't help. So, I don't know why that was like that, but apparently it was. It's a good thing that we got fixed now, so that that problem doesn't happen anymore in the future. So, now that we got these two switches on, these are like your magic 3 switches. Get that one, and it angles, and then I should wire... Oh wait, that one is... That's the only one that's actually wired. So now that everything's ready, I can now adjust my gun. Oh shoot, I forgot. Ugh. I really need to separate that switch from the other two. So now that everything's ready, you can now turn it into whatever position you want and fire it. Now the other one is mounted on a turntable too, so it can do it, it's just this one's a bit more insane. Oh, and so if you pay attention over here when I'm inside the gun, you'll see that the switch right there is what's toggling the sensor, so that's a better example of what's happening. So we're going to open that up now, rotate the gun forwards again, and before we drop the little notch thing back in to allow this thing to reload, I'm going to show you what happened. So down here, these doors open and shut whenever that, depending on if it's toggled or not. So whenever it's toggled off, like it is now, the doors close. Whenever it's toggled on, like it is now, they open, which allows you access to the elevator, which shoves you into the gun. Now, I should note that this pod is designed to work with people. Although me and my friend, when we were experimenting with it on that one, we found that it was a lot less reliable. So you can do it, but not advisable. Currently, this world will not be downloadable since I got other stuff going on and I'm too lazy right now to copy some files. But I will put the link in the description once it's available. But honestly, this is a great cannon prototype, and I would like to see people expand upon these ideas. I would like to see somebody actually figure out how to make a rapid-fire cannon that has less complicated ways of firing than what I did there. So that should be a good challenge for anyone who has scrap mechanic and wants to, take me up on that challenge. And if you do get it done, please send it to me. I currently am trying to pay attention to the comments, if people would actually comment on my videos. So yeah. Well, anyways, now that I'm done with my small little rant of nothingness, I'm going to explain this. So, we have, if you haven't caught on in the background, we have this rocket pod, and one time, because all the thrusters are turned up to max, it sort of flew away with my friend in it. And afterwards, we're like, we don't want to retrieve that if that happens again. So we built this, or more specifically, I started building it, and then my friend chipped in, and then we finished it together. So this is a special pod carrier, so that you can just move it around quickly if you need to. Now, for these designs, this isn't that important, but who knows? Maybe for your designs, if you, when I upload this world, who knows? Maybe your designs will work much better than mine and my friends, and will fire much farther. Now, I should also note that I built this one completely from scratch, programmed all of it. This one's completely my work. This one, I built the main core of the design and got some of the more major functions wired, but my friend handled most of the engine work and wiring. Now, this friend, he does have a name, in fact. It is Sylvestris, and he... I'll leave a link to his channel in the description because I feel like he does deserve credit for where he helped out. He once again did help with this because when I was working on it, I didn't know how to do these quad shocks, so he took care of that for me. I took care of the main bulk of the actual functional part of the machine. So, Yeah, and if anybody out there knows how to import stuff from World, that'd be nice. So please put that in the comments or something. But I just wish that they would implement that into the game, just a way to port stuff from world to world, because that would be great to build. It would be great to have this stuff on a terrain world, because honestly, I hate these flat worlds. Well, I love them for when I'm experimenting or building racetracks or just doing simple stuff, but they suck for actually doing major testing. Now, I know that that sounds kind of hypocritical since the 3 videos that I've now uploaded are all done on flat worlds, la English. But honestly, they're not my favorite worlds, and unless I'm doing very specific stuff, I usually do stuff on terrained worlds just because it gives you more variety and makes you feel more accomplished when things work. But yeah, anyways, these are 2 major reloading cannons, and like I said, I will get them. I'll put a link in the description to download it as soon as I can. And yeah, and once again, I challenge anyone who has Scrap Mechanic and sees this video to try and improve upon my designs. I mean, this is just effectively up here, it's all this wired up to an engine. And down here, it's just a small electric motor turned to low power to rotate the entire darn thing. Which, it's this thing would be so pesky to reload if I hadn't put in that outline. But anyways, yeah, a lot of this is simple wiring and simple control stuff. Now, this one is definitely a lot more complex, and if you could improve upon it, I suggest that you do, because this one I feel like has a lot more potential than this reloading mechanism, because really my goal is to eventually make a rapid fire cannon, and I think that would just be so much fun to see in this game. Rapid fire cannons that you can fire without taking about 6 decades. Now, as you can tell, this thing is already pretty fast firing, but I feel like it could be faster. I feel like I could eventually make something like this that could do it without a lift effectively. Or at least you use a lift to put in a certain slot, kind of like this one. So, yeah. Please comment down below any ideas you may have right now for improving these cannons, and I hope to be posting more videos soon as my wisdom teeth problems are taken care of. But that's besides the point. You're not here to hear my problems. You're here just to admire these things for a second. Now, one other thing before I close out this video is to kind of demonstrate how the this pod in particular works for when I have it downloadable. All that you do is you get in, hit one, rocket away. It doesn't get more complex than that. Both of these pods are simple. They're both meant to be really simple, and they are both 12 blocks high. So, the only reason why I bring this up is because if you want to make more pods, they need to be built to this particular specification. They need to have a 3x3 block on the bottom, 3x3 blocks on the top, and sides that go 10 up. So, yeah. Now, this is also for when you go to build your own, because, once again, having kind of this precursor knowledge really helps. I mean, I was looking around YouTube and found videos of cannons and saw, yeah, they were effective, but they took a little bit to reload. So hopefully these can be a faster solution to those cannons. And definitely save you on, I don't know, lag maybe? But yeah. Anyways, have a nice day.